Well, looks like a slim crowd this morning. Everybody must be doing something. Brian B., you fishing? You're supposed to be fishing. I saw where you did you fish? You gonna fish today or tomorrow? Last night or something? You didn't fish last night, but I didn't see you. Okay, yeah, I knew you fishing to make somebody wear a moo or something. Well, the weather's beautiful down here. I guess it is up there too. What are you doing? Taking it? Is today your day off? Or are you taking the day off, or what? Middle of the week? Boy, this I got me some clamato. Yeah, pretty nice out. Yeah, I got me some clamato juice with a bunch of horseradish, and Worcestershire, and hot sauce. Man, that's a good morning with no alcohol in it. That's a pretty good drink. But it'll open your sinuses. Working from home, okay. Well, good luck. Well, you ain't got to fish long to make who somebody got to wear a moo. You ain't got to be out there just 30 minutes, do you? Or what's the rules? Or have y'all got any rules? There's a link up there in the top. Any of you other guys or gals want to come up here? Wasn't nothing going on, so I voted this morning. Oh, you did that last week, okay. We voted this morning, and I worked in the yard a little bit, and then I came in the house. I'm through. Yeah. We got about a 3-foot rise on the river, Mississippi River. That's good. Towboats, I'm sure, are happy or happier. Sure better than dragging the bottom from north to south and south to north. Hey, Lisa. Good morning. I thought maybe it might be somebody wanting to hang out a little while if see what's going on around the community. Kind of slow to populate this morning, though. I reckon people working and doing other things. Hey, Mike. Well, are other states voting today, or just some, or I hadn't noticed. Well, I noticed a few signs in Arkansas. Arkansas might be voting. Wasn't a very big turnout where I went. I think a lot of people fed up with politics. I know I am. They nothing but a bunch of damn crooks in Indiana. Okay. Uh-oh. How you? What part of Europe you in, man?
I see that title. I'm like, look at him.
Hey, bud.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I thought that'd catch your eye.
Yeah, I just got on the computer. I just got everything done this morning, drank my coffee, and got to moving around. Lord have mercy.
Well, I got me a good drink right here. It's a Clamato juice with about a half a spoon of horseradish. It's a big glass now, big cup. 5 shots of Worcestershire, 5 shots of hot sauce, a little bit of garlic salt, a little bit of black pepper.
And 2 shots of moonshine.
Nothing, no alcohol in it. And I'm telling you, that's a good morning drink. In fact, I drank one last night before I went to bed. It's pretty good. You know, they ain't got any alcohol in it. You can put beer or vodka, whatever you want in there. But it's pretty tasty if you got those taste buds.
So what I was telling you this morning,
Right.
So when you got to this point right here,
Yeah.
you could just hit. You'd have your game screen up and minimize. You hit share screen.
Yeah.
And then you would, another box would pop up and say window. And
now would I have to have the game up too already?
Yeah, you'd have the game up, but minimize. Uh-huh.
All right. Well, now somebody gonna have to show me how to minimize it.
Well, I'll show you. Yeah, you just hit control and escape.
And that minimizes it?
Yeah. It's not hard to do. It's real easy to do. Once you learn how to do it the first time, it's like okay, I know how to do it now.
Oh, not me. Not if I don't do it over and over.
Oh yeah, surely.
I'm writing this down.
But I'm
and let me ask you this now: do you share it to YouTube when you're setting it up?
No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do an unlisted live.
And so you don't share it to anything.
That's right. And I'm gonna have the link, and then you'll send me the link, and then I'll put you on my screen.
Okay.
All I gotta do is just open the link and leave the browser window open.
How do you send the link? Email or?
Well, you could email it to me, or you could Facebook it to me. Either one.
Okay.
Kind of like I did with that's how I did it with Stan the other day, and I can just put your screen window capture your screen on my OBS.
What's OBS?
It's a broadcast system software that I use to do my live.
Oh, okay.
And it'll look like this pretty much, except there'll be 4 little boxes up there.
And it'd be a full screen and with a chat on the side or what?
Yeah, no, we're gonna have a chat reader.
All right, so we won't see chat.
You won't need now. You could if you want to on your phone.
Oh,
You could
no.
watch. You could. If you want to see chat, you could just get on my live and see chat.
Well, it's all I can do to keep it between the ditches. I don't need to be trying to read chat too.
That's why I'm gonna get somebody to read chat for us.
There you go. You're gonna try to wreck somebody. I know you.
I'm gonna try to win. Now I'm gonna try to get out front and hold the lead. But now if we get down to the last and I gotta put you in the ditch, well, I gotta put you in the ditch.
Man, we're gonna be so spread out. It's gonna be so spread out. Ain't nobody gonna know who anybody is.
Probably.
I think it's gonna be fun. I wish we could put about 10 trucks in it.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I don't think you can do but 5 in a convoy, and I don't think I could do maybe four times, maybe 5, because if you get the screen too small, see what I did was standing there with a half screen piece.
Yeah.
But if you get the grid too small, then everybody can't see.
Well, I don't know. It seems to me like it might be fun, but I don't see how you're gonna wreck anybody because you're gonna be so spread out. You ain't gonna know where anybody is.
Well, when you get down to the last 50 miles, if you got two people, close to each other, they gonna know what you're driving by looking at your truck when you pull out of the driveway.
Right.
But when you get down to the last 50 miles and you got 2 people in a tight race, somebody gonna try to make somebody wreck. But the trick is you got to make them wreck without wrecking yourself.
That's true.
So.
I wreck enough without somebody trying to wreck me. I don't know. My game goes along, and last night I had to shut it down. It got so bad.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They were doing fine for about 800 miles, and then all of a sudden it just started messing up. And I parked it and restarted, shut everything down, restarted the computer and went to bed. And then this morning when I got up, I went back to finish the trip and it worked fine. I don't know what in the hell going on.
Well, like I said, I know they do lots of upgrades to that game, and some of it is, they're adding, graphics and stuff to it. So it could be that, it's just pulling a lot on the computer.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that little box back there gets warm.
Well, that could be something with the computer. Something could not be. Something could be overheating. But see, that fan shouldn't come over like that. That fan shouldn't. That you hear? I could hear that fan a lot of time when you're on live.
Yeah.
That fan may not be cooling that. It may be getting hot. You may want to take it in and have a look at it.
Well, it's been doing it since we owned it, I think.
Well.
But I thought about going up here and buying a little old fan sit back there. It's in the corner. And a fan sitting in there would circulate all kinds of air back in that corner.
Yeah.
And see if that helped. I don't know. If I could buy a small enough fan.
No.
Because I got room back there. I may do that anyway.
Be quiet.
Well, I'm going to put this link and see if anybody else wants to come up. I don't know. Everybody must be asleep this morning. still dozing or something or other. Man, I made me a fried green tomato sandwich this morning. Man, that was a good breakfast.
They still sleep. They stay up all night.
Oh, I know it. I know it. You stay up all night. I got up in time this morning to see some hog legs there at the end. I didn't. I just listened to it, watched it.
Yeah, I'm Christmas shopping today. So yesterday on the computer, I got to get back on that in a little while. I'll turn on Boss Hog and see what he had to say this morning.
Who you talking about, Boss Hog?
Hog leg.
Oh yeah. Oh, you saw him this morning?
No, I said I'm on. Turn this live on a little while.
Oh, and listen to it, watch it.
I got a little Christmas shopping to finish up later on, so
I did my Christmas shopping in July. I bought everything I was gonna buy in July.
In July?
Yeah, we ain't shipped it yet, but I bought it in July. I saw what I wanted to buy the 2 boys, and we bought it.
Now, be quiet. Chuck wants to know what you bought him.
Hey, CP, I bought you another metal detector, CP.
Lexi.
Is that way you'll have 10 that you don't use? Oh, man. Hey, Rex. Hey, well, golly, we supposed to get a rain Friday around here. Man, I am tickled to death with my ditch bank back here. Boy, I got rape and red clover and mustard. I got a solid carpet for about 120 feet down that ditch back there in my backyard. Solid carpet of green. Man, it's pretty.
Aaron, after I get done with my live today, I will call you. And let's go fishing. And I got something I want to ask you, so prepare yourself.
You better don't ask Aaron. You better ask Lisa.
Ask Lisa.
Yeah, he got it. He gets him walking, marching orders, every morning.
Well, I'll ask him, and then he'll run in there and ask her if it's all right.
CP, I still ain't been over yonder and looked at our field. I'm just sorry that way, I reckon. But
oh my goodness.
I bought me a little greenhouse. Supposed to be here a couple of days. And I'm gonna try to raise tomatoes all winter. 2 tomato plants.
Where you gonna raise them at? In the house?
No, I said I bought me a little small greenhouse that I can sit right out here beside my house in the garden. And you just put 2 big old sacks of topsoil in there and split them and plant the tomatoes. Two bags of topsoil will fit in that. It's not, but I think it's 2 feet by 4 feet or something like that. 3 feet by 4 feet. And it's 6 feet tall. And got a little door on it. And it's right there by my carport. I can run a heater in there and everything. But I talked to Kay about it, see if she want me to. I'm just trying. That thing didn't cost me, I think, $40 something, $50 with shipping. And just see if I can raise tomatoes all winter. A fresh tomato in the wintertime be pretty damn good now.
Yeah, they're hard to come by, too.
If you like tomatoes.
I love them.
And I thought
I
I'd
can eat them
try.
every day.
Oh, I do eat them every day. I eat fermented ones. I eat them in this Clamato V8 juice. Man, I'm a fool for tomatoes. Golly. The ones I got a stomach. But they can't be that good for you as much of it as I use.
CP said you ordered a toy greenhouse.
That's what I did. It's a toy greenhouse. And that's exactly what it is. Because I don't want no big old greenhouse I got to go out there and fool with every day. No, I ain't looking for that. But my two little gardens are narrow. I don't know, 5 or 6 feet wide, but they're 18 feet long. Well, the one that's up against the fence and behind the carport, the last 10 feet of it, the sun gets off of it quick in the summertime. You know, when the sun's in the northern part.
Yeah.
But now in the wintertime it gets sun. That area gets sun almost all day long. So that's the reason I've been thinking about it and looking at it for several years. But I finally decided I'd do it, and I can put that. And I don't use that end of the garden anyway. I put that's where I keep my topsoil and stuff, that I put in my garden. I keep it stacked up down there in the corner on that end. And all I got to do is move it out a little bit and put that greenhouse up against the fence. And it's facing south and it's protected from the north. And I tell you, I believe it's going to work. I believe. Yeah, toy greenhouse. That's pretty good. Okay, let me write that. Google Frisco.
Really though, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, I got it.
If that getting hot back there, that shouldn't be getting hot back there. And but that tells me that if that's getting hot back there and you think that's what's causing you problem, there's something internally is wrong. It needs to be fixed.
Well, see, my computer's all in one. It's in the screen right here.
I realize that.
I don't know what that little box back there is, but it's all.
I realize that, but it may be something that they hooked up to it when they hooked the internet up to, and it may be that box could be their equipment that's going out.
Well, their equipment's right here in front. The modem is right here in front.
Yeah.
And it's right here by me. With the one with all the lights on the front of it. That's the internet. I mean, that's the server's modem or whatever you call it. Hog legs from Becca. I got you. Okay, Buck. Yeah, Chuck, that's way more greenhouse than I want to mess with, though, see? Way, that's 10 times more greenhouse than I want to mess with. I just want something to raise crops, tomatoes all winter. That's all I'm looking for. 2 plants that make more tomatoes than I can eat if they produce. Oh, golly, I went through all that other night. Let me get back here and see if I can remember. Got a bunch of writing on the back of it. It's all electrical talk. It's all electrical stuff. It's almost like a little transformer. It got a little green light on it. I believe it's a little transformer of some sort. You know, like like you phone charger deal and all that. But I ain't never been able to figure out where that fan is. And see, it's not running now.
It's in the screen.
Yeah, but it ain't cutting on and off. You know, like it does. You know how it get. But see, it usually sometimes it does that even when I'm not playing the game. I don't know what's going on. This passed me. But anyway, if it blows up, it blows up.
That all-in-one type of computer is hard for an individual to work on.
Yeah, I just believe it's some programs running, and I don't know how to detect it. See, this is a split computer. Kay's got a side, and I got a side.
Okay.
And see, I don't know if she got stuff running on her side all the time or not. I don't know. I don't know how all that works.
Yeah.
She may have something on her side that's constantly running.
Well, but y'all got a lot of document stuff on there. You know, one of the things that you can always do is reset it. You know, the factory specs and reset it from basically from day one. But y'all got all those documents on that. You lose all that.
I don't know how many documents is on there. Hey, Matt. But this box is warm. It's sealed. It ain't no way. I think it's a transformer. Control Alt Delete. That's his answer to everything.
Yeah, that's because he got an Xbox.
Can I blow it out with an air compressor, Matt?
No, you buy canned air.
Canned air. Where you buy that?
Amazon.
Oh hell, at Walmart don't sell it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt there's not some cat dander and stuff up in there now. Yeah,
Well,
that's what I think.
Does it got a bunch of dirt and stuff on it?
Well, I don't know. Hell, it's back behind here. I'd have to turn it around. I don't look over in the back end of the computer. And look, I don't even see nowhere to put air on nothing.
CP says it's probably a power supply. What you looking at?
That's what I think it is.
He probably right.
See, I don't see no vents or nothing on the back of this thing to blow. Oh, wait, up here at the top it might be. So long slit up at the top. I see. That's. And there's a wire. There's a plug in back here unplugged. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he gonna tell you he don't know how to do that.
What Buck say? You can put stuff onto. Oh Lord. See, I think I could download pictures and all that kind of stuff and get all that out of here.
No. Let me tell you something. I got so many pictures and things on my computer for thumbnails, and in one folder I got 1,000 items.
Yeah.
Okay. That ain't it. It's either you just need an updated video card or something's going on with the computer itself. It ain't got nothing to do with having pictures. I got so much stuff. I got a gig hard drive on mine. Plus I have an external. 5 gig that I have my games on, and that C drive is full of stuff, and there ain't no games on that C drive at all.
Okay.
So I got all, yeah, that I promise you that ain't it.
Well, see what I can't get over. When y'all had me walk me through getting all that stuff off the computer the other night,
Yeah,
man, that thing was working like a charm. It worked for two days, I guess. Worked just as like it was brand, like it never had any problem. And then it kind of started it again last night.
I think I really think what you go end up having to do is take it down there to the shop and let them and show them. It's and they probably gonna tell you need an updated video card.
Yeah.
It's probably what they're gonna tell you. See when you play games on a computer, unless it's a low end game, you really need a gaming computer.
Oh, I understand.
That's why a lot of people buy consoles, because they're made to play games on.
I got you.
But
yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Matt. But I don't know how to check for that.
Well, the good thing about that is if you took it down there at the shop, they could see what's running in the background, and you may have some malware stuff on there they can get off there.
I don't know.
I don't know. Without being there physically and looking at it, and taking the time to go through what's running. Now, you should be able to pull up the task manager and see what's running.
Where do you find that?
I think if you hit Control Alt Delete,
Uh,
it'll pull up the task manager. Hit those 3 buttons at the same time. It should pop up something about task manager. I don't have to pop mine up because I'm very careful about what I keep running on mine. But
are you serious?
yeah, I'm serious. You could also go into your programs and see what all programs you got on there that you don't use. But before you delete anything, you better check with Kay because you'll have to delete something of hers.
Not as long as I'm on my side.
Yeah, Buck, he could do that, and he could do it on Discord as well. And we may end up having to do that, so I can help him.
Where did I write that? Where did I write that down about that thing?
I can find it in chat if you need to write it down again.
I wrote it down. See, that's my problem.
That fan is called. Hang on, I'll locate it here in a minute.
Well, I just wrote it down.
Well, you lost it, old man.
Right there in front of me, and I can't see it.
Did you find it?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Frizz call. All right. And then you said Control Escape.
Control Alt Delete.
No, I'm way back.
Oh, on the game?
To minimize.
Yeah. Listen, don't worry about none of that. You try it, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna get you on the live.
No, I want to know how to do that because sometimes
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the one right over there.
Well,
Shining.
before we do the death race, I'm gonna get you on live and give you a lesson. That way, you know what you're doing.
All right.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna take you to school before. That way,
Give me
you're
the,
comfortable with
give
everything.
me the code.
Yeah,
Control Alt Delete.
yeah. That
Let me.
should bring up your task manager, and it'll have a list of things that's running on there. Now, if you got a bunch of stuff running in the background, that will draw it down. Sure enough.
To bring up task manager.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna do that today. And I have,
Sometimes when you download programs put on a computer, they're attached to third-party programs that get on your computer, and they're unwanted stuff, and they're really unneeded. But it's a marketing thing, and you know they run and they take up a lot of memory.
yeah.
So
But you said all my stuff looked good except the ping.
yeah, you shouldn't have a problem. You shouldn't have a problem running that game. You know, but now, Steve, it also could be that it could be your internet is not coming through like it's supposed to.
Sometimes.
Consistently, you could be having a droppage, and that could be an equipment issue on their end. Talk about the
Yeah.
internet company, they come out and hook all that up.
Right. Well, it might be because we do have internet issues from time to time.
And it very well could be that, and you simply may need to call them and have them tested on their end, or somebody to come out and see what and test it at the house. And then when the technician gets there, tell them you're playing a trucking game, and you might could upgrade your internet speed a little bit for just a little bit more money, because a lot of times they run a special.
Well, we got
the problem.
We got the fastest internet offered in Greenville.
Yeah, because you're rural. Yeah.
We in town, but it's rural, but it's the fastest available here.
Right.
And it's it's fast now. To me, it's pretty fast.
What I got here in living in metropolitan, Louisville, which is all Metroplex up here now. It's all bunched together, but
right
is fast. But I never have any glitches. Only time I ever glitch is multiplayer, and that I don't care what kind of PC you got, you're gonna have that sometime.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to interrupt the game with all them glitches. When we get to going, if I don't feel fairly confident, I run a speed test, Ray. Troy's got all that information.
Listen, it's a game. Those people want to see us get on there and have a good time and laugh. It's a game. Don't fret it so much. Just get on there and have a good time. If it glitches and something happens, it does.
See, that's what bugs me is the glitching in that when we all convoy.
Yeah, Steve, they would rather see you do it than not do it, because you might glitch a little bit. Just
Well, I'm sure his mind's gonna glitch like hell. I'm sure. If I don't get something figured out here.
They looking forward to sitting back watching us cut up and drive and watching the wreck fest. That's what they want to see anyway. I'll be driving down the road real good. They want me to wreck. They hollering for me to wreck. I told them I'm gonna start playing Crash Up Derby on Tuesday.
Well, I still wreck. I run along there and make 5 or 6 loads pretty good, and something will happen.
Yeah.
But I found out you can bounce off them rails and still get an excellent. But you better not hit a car head on. But I've been trying to cover as much of the roads on the game as I can. And I take them off ramps, and come right back up and go through the rest areas at 70 miles an hour and trying to yellow out all the gray lines,
You figure out how to do the
Oh, okay, Ray.
yeah, run it while you got the game up. See what it does.
Oh, I didn't even know you could.
Yeah, you see it. You what you do is you load into the game
Yeah.
and then hit control escape to minimize the screen. Go to the test page.
Yeah.
Start the test and then get back on the screen real quick. Play the game while it's tested.
Okay. All right. I believe I can get that done. I believe I could.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It'd be pretty. Because when you click run the speed test, boy, you got to be fast to get that game back up.
Well, the game is going to be already running. So,
Okay.
but when that game comes on, it pulls so much. It pulls so much for the game.
I got you.
That's what he's telling you. See how much the game is pulling.
I got it. I understand.
He comes up with a good idea every once in a while. But Lisa probably hollered from the next room, told him that.
Yeah, best idea he ever had was Lisa.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
You'd be like Brian Me, you could hit it with a hammer.
Look here, it's 5 or 6 years ago. This boy he's quite a bit younger than me, but we grew up. We rode the same bus out through the country when he was a little boy, and there was a bunch of them boys. It was four boys. Oh hell! I won't even answer that. But he came and friend requested me on Facebook, so I accepted it. And I sent him a message. How you doing, man? I hadn't talked to you in 25, 30 years, and we corresponded back and forth. And so there was a story about his brother next to him, a couple of years older than him, that was told when I was growing up, and I never did verify it. I never asked anybody, but I'd always heard that story. And I asked him if it was true, and this was on his Facebook page where everybody could read it. And he said, "Yeah, heck yeah, it's true." I said, "Well, why don't you post this story on your page and let everybody read about it?" But anyway, his older brother, next oldest brother, they had plenty of money. Their daddy was a good farmer, and he had all that free labor, and they made good crops. And anyway, they had a TV, and I'm just gonna call them Bill and John. Was watching Saturday morning in the old days back in the 50s on Saturday morning. They had all the cowboy shows on one channel and cartoons on another one. And Bill and John was watching Hopalong Cassidy. And the Indians was after Hopalong Cassidy. And it looked like they was supposed to get him, and Tippy ran in his bedroom. Oh, I called his name. He ran in his bedroom, got his BB gun, and started shooting them Indians. and blow the TV up. Oh man, that daddy. Woo. He said his daddy whipped on him for about 30 minutes till he got tired and he rested and then went back at him. And then his older brothers, I think they got him out behind the barn, beat the hell out of him. Yeah, and then shot the TV with a BB gun because the Indian was fitting to get Hopalong Castle. Blowed it up. Yeah, we didn't know any different. But you know, that'd be a 1950, that would have, well, it wasn't 1950, more like 58, 57, 58, but that would be a terrible thing. Well, look who came to see me. Oh, Mama Kitty. That's twice. You came up the other night. How you doing, girl? Yeah. Look, you on TV. Look at that. You on the television. I'll let you sit here till you start growling. Yeah. This is a sweet little old cat right here. Compared to that other one. Boy, if I ever needed a pair of good gloves, I'm gonna skin her. Boy, that hair is just like mink.
Got a big doe yesterday.
Good. Hey, CP, I've been thinking about hiring you to kill me a deer and have it processed for me, and I'll pay for everything.
I've been thinking about hiring you. You sound like me. I'm gonna hire me somebody to catch me some fish.
Yeah, I would like to have a freezer full of deer meat, though.
Oh Lord.
I hear you. Yeah. I need to talk to you. Y'all know y'all got a deer process up there somewhere. I know you process your own, but I don't want to put you to all that. But I'd like to have stew meat. I don't need no steaks. I don't need no, well, now a tenderloin would be good. Stew meat, hamburger meat, sausage. Okay, wait, what national forest you going to? The White River or where, man? And get it processed for me.
I hate to tell you this.
Who you talking?
I hate to be the one to have to break this news to you.
To who, me?
Yeah, to you.
All right.
But the older you get, the more you sound like a doggone handicap like me. I got to hire me somebody to kill a deer.
I just don't have no Ozark. Okay. Yeah, Silmore. I know where those are. I've never been to them, but I know where they are. I just don't have a desire to kill one, so.
That sounds like me. I got to hire me somebody to catch me some fish.
Yeah.
I don't get the fishing up.
I like to watch them more than I like to shoot them now, because Lord, I no telling how many of them I've killed back in the day. Hell,
I've killed quite a few.
Well, the most I've killed was 4 in one day. I killed a whole family one time.
That sounds like something you'd hear in a court of law.
Yeah. Well, if I got caught, it would have been a court of law. Yeah.
Oh Lord. I think I killed 2 one time. Shot one, had the chance to kill the second one, so I killed her.
She done named them. Yeah. I had a buddy that when we was in junior college, he he lived in a little town real close to the school, and he would get to go. He'd going home every evening and hunt down there on the farm. And the fella raised it wasn't we didn't raise corn back in those days for production. We raised them to feed hogs. And of course, when the old combines we had left a lot of corn on the ground, and all, and after it rained on it, soured them dead, boy, they flocked to that corn. And James was going out there, and there was a big old tree up on a little ridge, not a hill now, because we're in the flat ground, but there's a little ridge or in the tree, big old tree right out in the middle, and he walk out there and sit under that tree. And he could overlooking that little corn patch. It's about 5 acres. And so he was sitting there watching the late one afternoon, and the deer started coming out, eating that corn. And it was 2 bucks, and it was one nice buck that he was trying to kill. He wanted to kill him, and that was the one he was gonna shoot. And he fooled around, and he had a high-powered rifle. And he fooled around there, and when he shot, it was another one standing behind this one, and he hit the first deer right high, right above his front legs, and broke it broke him down, and it killed the other graveyard dead. And now he got 2 bucks down out there, and this was back in the mid '60s, and we wasn't allowed but $1 a year. And dadgummit, he got caught. The game warden just happened to be close by and heard the shot, and come down there, and there James was standing with 2 bucks on the ground. They found the fire out of him and took both his deer. But that's just bad luck. After hogs and deer, yeah. Well, I know y'all got plenty of hogs, just like we do over here.
We had stopped one time for speed and had a dead deer in the back of the truck. Had a gunshot wound in July.
Yeah, buddy.
I sat back in the car, and that kid walked up there, and young police officer, he looked at the back of that truck, and he got that guy's license. He walked back to the car, he said, "Boss, we got a problem." I'm like, okay. And I seen him looking back there with flashlights, and I'm thinking, please tell me there's not a dead body in that back of that truck. And he's like, yeah, there's one in there, but it's a deer.
It's a deer. Just as bad almost.
He said, it looked like he'd been shot. I said, well, go on and get him out and put him in the back seat. He got him out, put him in the back seat. I asked him, I said, you been road hunting? And I said, now, before you start lying to me, just tell me the truth, and things will go easier on you. Yeah. I've been road hunting. Am I going to jail? Oh, yes. You're going to have to go to jail. I dragged the game warden out of the bed at 2:00 in the morning.
Well, it's sometime in the late 70s. In Mississippi, they deputized all the game wardens. They made them deputy sheriffs.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, it got rough then. Not poachers, but on I say outlaws. It got rough then, because up till then, when a game warden caught you doing something wrong, they take your driver's license and tell you to go to so and so. But boy, after they deputized them, they started putting handcuffs on folks. They had handcuffs before, but they didn't ever put them on nobody. They just took the driver's license and told them where to report. Send them on their way. Take the game or take the guns or whatever. But when they deputized them, they started hauling you to jail.
Yeah.
That was tough on folks who got caught then.
You still have of course, you still have a few, especially way back up in the woods. You still have a few that push the limits, and try to get by with it. But the severity of the fines now for fish and game are so high that
That's right.
it just don't hardly pay. Uh, Kill one or take too many or whatever. Because you kill a deer now out of seed, it may cost you $4,000-$5,000 to get out of it.
Oh, I'm telling you, they get the vehicle and everything else. Yeah. Yeah. What I've often wondered, and I'm not in the circle anymore around people, but the Mississippi River levee, it runs all the way to Memphis, Vicksburg. And the levee board that oversees the levee, they lease so many miles of that levee. It's fenced and cross fenced, just like pastures. You got cattle guards on top of the levee and everything. And they lease those miles of levee to graze on. People have cows over there. In fact, that's probably the biggest cow herd in Mississippi is on the levee. And the same way with Arkansas. But I'm wondering, since the prices have gone out of sight, I'm wondering those guys that have cows over there, I'm wondering how many cows they losing to poachers. You know people are going over there killing cows and carrying them somewhere and butchering them. You know damn well they are as high as beef is in the grocery store. I mean, I don't know any of the guys now that raise cows. But when I was working at that plantation about 20 miles north here, we ran 5,000 head on the levee. 5,000 head. Brahmas, all Brahmas, or Brahma crosses.
Steve, my guess would be that probably ain't a big problem. More likely that you'd have people going in the grocery store and just stealing it already ready.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that.
First of all, a lot of one thing is a lot of thieves is lazy.
Yeah.
It's easier to go steal a roast at the store than it is to process a roast.
Yeah, but golly, look at all the beef you get if you kill one 500-600 pound steer out there.
Well, yeah. I mean, when I retired from the police department, I had a guy that had one of my officers had a security company, and I helped him run it for a while. And we had a guy that come in there with
Hey,
big coveralls on. He had done sewed pockets in, and he was stealing meat. He'd go back there and load them big pockets up with meat.
Yeah.
And steal that doggone meat. He go in there weighing 150 pounds, try to come out weighing 250, and didn't think nobody's gonna notice.
Weigh him in, weigh him out.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, I don't know whether they're doing it or not. I would expect it though. They've always lost a few cows along the way to rustlers or whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't figure it'd be worse now. I don't know. But if you set up for it, it wouldn't be too hard. It ain't no harder than butchering a deer. You guys got to have a tractor or something to pick him up with. Or a winch or something on a trailer or some kind of something. Yeah. Buck, I had a friend, he still is a friend, but years ago he got caught spotlighting. They took his truck, 3 guns, 2 riders that was with him got 12 months in jail. He appealed his, trying to get some of his stuff back, and he ended up spending 24 months in jail. and still lost all his stuff. And I've forgotten what the cash fine was, but yeah, it was a bad deal. And this was in 90 something. But boy, it broke him. It broke him from everything. And I had two buddies again. Y'all gotta listen to this story. And one of the, well, in fact, two of the fellas are gone now, but there was a farmer south of here a little ways that raised rice. Okay. And he didn't hunt. He drank a lot of whiskey. He didn't hunt, period. But he called one of the other fellas and he said, man, said, that corner, that rice field down there by the woods is covered up with mallards. Said there's hundreds of them down there. Said, you need to come, if you want to hunt, this is a good spot. And he was talking to a real duck hunter. So Jim and Bob got together and they went out to Tom's farm. And they parked the truck up there at the shop and they walked down the field and got in the woods. And they were loading them ducks up, boy. So they one of them ran out of shells. And the other said, well, I better carry these ducks up out of here. We don't want to get caught with all these ducks. So he gathered up all them ducks and put them on a rope and carried them up to the shop and put them over in a trailer. And went to the truck and got a couple more, two or three more boxes of shells and walked back down there and they got loaded up again. And so they were there picking up that load of ducks to leave. And a federal game warden stepped out of the woods about 30 yards from them and asked him, what are you boys doing? Oh, man, they was caught. So he might let them load the ducks up and he carried them all up yonder. He wrote them a ticket. He got the landowner out there, the whiskey head, and he wrote him a ticket. He counted and took pictures. He did all. There's a federal warden there. Not no local game, not no local warden. But anyway, they end up at Oxford, Mississippi, in federal court. And so when they was there, the judge, they called them three guys up, and the two of them was hunting, and one of them was a landowner. And they asked the first one how he plead, and he pled guilty. And they asked the other one how he pled guilty. And they asked the landowner how he pled not guilty. He said, well, I got a question this. Have you ever been arrested before? And he said, yes, sir. This is the landowner. He said, yes, sir. He says, well, what were you arrested for? He said, DWI. I said, well, how many DWIs have you had? He said, 7. He said, yeah, 7 DUIs or whatever you call them. He had 7 of them. He said, well, what do you do for a living? He said, I farm. He said, who drives your trucks and things to the canner hauling rice and all? He says, I do. He said, and you got 7 DUIs? Yes. And he told the bailiff, he said, go on and lock him up right now. I'll get to him later. And I forgot what they charged him to, boys, but it was an ungodly amount of money, and they suspended their hunting license for 5 years. But they had to spend the night in Oxford trying to get the buddy that owned the land, trying to get him out of jail. You know, the sheriff or the judge and sent us to put him and lock him up. Oh man, that was the talk of the country for a while. 7 DUI. and still driving and hauling grain and going to, well, he was a farmer. He was a big operator. Oh, man. So, yeah. I guess you don't, when you go to federal court, I guess they can get, they kind of particular. But they never have figured out, that warden never told them anything. They never have figured out how they, only thing they can figure is that they were known duck hunters. And they hunted somewhere about every day. And the only thing they can figure, they had them staked out and were watching them. And the warden slipped in there on them some sort of way. And slipped right up on them. I mean, right there by them. He had it all. He had a little video camera. He had all of them. I mean, they was caught. That was it. But that old boy that owned that land, that was. They were in St. Louis one time. Baseball games. It's the same bunch, except there was a few more added. And the boy that drank all the time, drank whiskey all the time, the farmer. They were all in the rooms except him. He had gone somewhere, probably get another bottle of whiskey. I don't know, but he wasn't in the room with them. They had two or three rooms right there together, about 5th or 6th floor up on the motel. And all of a sudden, the fire alarms went off in the motel. And they run around, they getting everybody out and getting everybody downstairs, down to the floor. A room above them, a floor above them had a fire. So they all jumped out and got out in the hall and got on the elevator, and they all got escaped, and the fireman was up there and this and that and the other. Well, this boy, the whiskey head, he's coming back. And he come in the lobby, and everybody was running and everything, and he didn't know what was going on. And the elevators were so crowded, and they were shutting them down. Seemed to me like they were shutting the elevators down or something. But anyway, he went to the stairwell. He said, "Hell, I got to get back to the room." And so, hey, Melissa, so he walked up 2 or 3 flights of stairs up to the room, and when he got to his room, there was firemen everywhere on the floor, running up and down. And he said, "What's going on?" He said, "Man, we got a fire. You need to get out of here." He said, "I don't need to go nowhere. Y'all are doing a fine job." And he went on in his room. Well, y'all are doing a fine job, he told me. And well, you got to finish. I got to finish. So they got the fire put out. Well, the group that was down on the street, they done missed it. They didn't know where he was. They said, "Well, y'all seen Bill?" He said, "No, he left. He went somewhere." He said, "Golly, I wonder is he up there in the room and all that smoke and this and that and the other." And they got to worrying about him. And the fireman was coming down, and they were asking, "Did y'all see anybody in room so and so and so and so?" And there's one fireman. They walked up and they said, "Look, we done lost one of our buddies, and we scared he's up there and then got smoked out or something, smoked or nut annihilate or whatever the word is." And he said, the fireman said, "Was he the tall, skinny fella? Had on a green shirt?" He said, "Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, he had on a green shirt. That sounded like him." He said, "Well, I ran into him up there during all of the fire and everything down on the whatever 3rd floor, 2nd floor." He said he told us we was doing a fine job. And I told him he needed to evacuate, and I don't know where he went. He said, but He said he told me, he said, yeah, y'all, everything's all right. Y'all doing a fine job. Well, they went over there. They finally let him go back. He was in there passed out. He done slept through and drunk through and walked through the whole damn fire. And he'd gone in there and gone to bed. He done walked right through the evacuation notice and everything. Gone on back up there and got to bed. He passed out in bed. Oh man. But he was a card. Y'all are doing a fine job. I bet that fireman still tells that story. And they write a book about that old boy. When my oldest boy was in school down there, he had it was my youngest son. When he was in school, this farmer had a nephew that was the same age as my oldest son. And we were at a football game one night. And somebody says, I hadn't seen Bill around tonight. I wonder where he is. I don't know. He don't never miss a football game. And I was sitting up there in the bleachers, watching the game, and somebody said, that looks like him. Is that him leaning up against the post over yonder on the other side? And we got to look, and somebody had a pair of binoculars. And they looked, and he said, yeah, that's him. He was over there, and he was sitting on the front. Every once in a while, he'd sit down, but he'd get up and lean against that light pole. He was sitting over on the other side. So after the game, it was all over, and everybody was leaving. Everybody left through the same gate, home and business. And I saw him over at a group of guys, and hell, he drinking out of a cup instead of right out the bottle. But he was telling them, somebody was asking him, said, how come you was over there on the other side and didn't get over on our sideline? He said, I don't know. He said, the group, I thought I recognized them guys I walked in with. I just followed them. And, watching the game, it wasn't as crowded over there anyway. So he done gone in, thought he was walking with home folks, and he was walking with the other team, group from the other team, and he done gone over there and just sat with them. That was fine with him. Yeah. That's true about him, though. He told that judge, how many DUIs you had? He said 7. Just like, okay. But it didn't matter to him. Everything was just cool. He had plenty of money. Whatever he charged him, he paid. But I think that was a holdup, them trying to get a hold of enough money to get him out of jail and try to keep him from going to prison for driving and doing all that. That judge did say, well, surely you didn't drive this crew up here. He said, no, sir. Oh, man. He was a good guy, but boy, that whiskey got him. He's funny. Yeah, y'all told them firemen, y'all doing a fine job. I guess Troy must have had somebody knock on the door. Yep. Boy, that's a... My wife tells me that I ought to start a podcast telling them old tales. She's been after me for about as long as Hog Leg has. She gets to hear them over and over, though. Lots of them. And she still laughs at a lot of them. and all these cross country trips we making to go see them boys run, see that boy run, and I see something on the highway and remind me, and I'll tell a story. But see what makes it good for her, she knows all the people that I'm talking about. We grew up together. I got one going on Facebook now about catching a big fishing trip out in, I think it's Colorado. I'm not sure where it is. Big fishing trip out there that we caught a bunch of fish without using fishing poles. I've had 2 phone calls and text and messages left on my phone, want me to call them and tell them about what you're talking about. I want to hear about this story, but I've told it. When we was shooting the fish in the national park with a nylon 66 22 rifle, I told that before. Yeah, man, the one that we didn't all go to jail. The chaperone and plus 5 kids. And I was 13, and the rest of them was 14. And we had a string of fish on sticks. We didn't have a stringer. We was making stringers out of vines.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I had the guy come change the sprinkler out on the sprinkler system in the apartment, and the dog was gonna have a fit, so I muted you. Oh, Melissa, I seen you say hi to me. I just couldn't get to it, and there's Boss Hog. He's there.
No, I'm not gonna do it, Holly.
He had to change the sprinkler head out in the kitchen.
Well, that's good. Y'all got sprinklers. I guess that's kind of ordinance stuff.
Yeah, you live in an apartment, and you know, I mean, we pay a pretty good rent, but I don't have to fix anything, and that's the way we want it.
Oh yeah, man.
I just called them, but they sold this place to another outfit. Did a sprinkler inspection. What happens is if you got a sprinkler in the kitchen, sometime when you cook a lot, well, I say a lot, but over time it builds up grease in it.
I got you. Yeah, I can see that. Them vent hoods just to do so much.
Yep. So it needs to be changed. That's the only one he had to change. But
well, I don't know how good a cook your wife is, but my wife, she needs a commercial vent hood in her kitchen because she can't cook with a damn.
My wife's a good cook. Of course, she works full-time job.
Yeah, Kate does too.
I try
she
to
still
make
can't cook though.
Easy meal, you know. Last night I think we had Stouffer's meatloaf. I think we're gonna have chicken in the air fryer tonight.
Yeah. Buck, look, these stories, there's no telling how many of them I got that I ain't never told. I had to see, I've said it before. Somebody has to mention something and be talking about something, and I'll remember. I mean, I guess, I don't know. That little old town I grew up in, I reckon it was full of pranksters. I don't know, but the generation before me was the same way. Then I saw 2 men one night. There was a service station on the north end of town where we all hung out. The adults was in the front part drinking beer, and the kids was in the back playing pinball machine. And it seemed like they had some other kind of game in there. But it had 4 or 5 pinball machines, and this was before Pac-Man. This was way back then. I was like 12, 13, 15. We ride our bicycles and go. But that's where we all hung out. And so a bunch of kids were sitting outside one night. It was a well-lit place. We were sitting outside around the curb of the place, smoking Swisher Sweet cigars and that kind of crap. And we heard them talking, the men talking out in front of the service station. We kind of walked over. Well, these two men, they freaking have a foot race now. And these men were, hell, if I was that old, they was in their 40s. These grown men. And so they were laying down the ground rules, and somebody was holding the money. They bet $50, and they was going to run down the highway. They were going to leave right there and run down the highway to a highway sign. I forget what the sign said, but it was a pretty good joke down through there. And then back, and the first one back won the $50, won the $100. Well, $50. So they got all out there. One of them took his shoes off. And he gonna run barefooted. And oh man, there was a bunch of men, 8, 10 men around there, and a whole pile of kids. And they said, "Oh, you might get set, go." Well, they took off. Well, this one guy he just was gone. And this other was going along there pretty good. Well, the first fella got to the sign and was coming back. And when he come back, the other one hit him right between the eyes and knocked him cold out. And he jogged on down to the sign and come on back, and he got the money. Yeah, well, the one that got knocked out, everybody went down there and checked on him. And he wanted to get even, but it was no way. He's TKO. It was it. Lord have mercy, man. We couldn't believe it. But he sure did it. That old boy that hit that other one ended up on a camping. He was from Arkansas and moved over here. These big farm, both of them big farmers. And he was fun guy. All of them were, but he was especially loud. Good gracious, he was loud, and could get juiced up and cut up some kind of terrible, and could outrun the other fella anyway. But he was wanting to knock him out. But anyway, he ended up in years later. He went back to Arkansas and went on a camping trip, and it was cold. And I can't remember what he did, but in the tent he put something in his tent for heat, and it asphyxiated him, but it didn't kill him. It just messed his brain up. Last time I saw him, he came back to Shelby and had a washing machine in the back of his car. Back of his truck. Look, he wasn't farming, I guess he was disabled. But he had a washing machine in the back of his truck trying to sell. It was pitiful, really, to see it, but yeah, that was terrible. He sure knocked him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I think I am too.
I'm gonna get out of here because I got to go work on that Christmas list.
Yeah,
I got a live to do in about 2 hours, and I want to watch Hog Leg for a little while.
There you go. All right, well, I'm gonna shut it down. I just wanted to come up and visit a little while. I'm kind of bored this morning. Beautiful day down here, though. Golly, it's pretty out there.
Get out there and start digging around on that greenhouse.
It ain't here yet.
Oh, how big is it?
It's a real small one. It'll hold 2 bags of potting soil. The bottom of it will.
Well, that'd be good enough to grow tomatoes in.
Yeah, that's all. I just put 2 bags in there and split them open, plant tomatoes right in the bag. Yeah. And it's not big. I mean, I had to hunt to find one just like I wanted. Yeah, I had to search a good bit to find one just like I wanted, and it's made for 2 tomatoes, and it even had on the video showing how people put the 2 bags of topsoil in there on the ground, just throw it in there. Lucky laying over here upside. Yeah. Can you see him, Miss Melissa? Right? Oh, he rolled over. There you go. See him sitting laying down there with all 4 feet stuck up in there.
We'll see you.
Okay, Troy. Thanks for coming up, man.
You bet. Bye.
All right, everybody. I'm fixing to knock it off, and I'll see y'all later. Appreciate you stopping by. Bye bye.